Welcome. I bid you welcome. This is John Clauser, the Metal Dad, Johnny Metal, coming to you from my music corner of the world. This is day 2 of Apologetics April. Yes, I'm going to go on an ambitious little cycle here on series, and I'm going to try to go through every single apologetics album known that they have released so far. Now, again, for those of you who might be new to this, who is Apologetics? Apologetics is a Christian version of Weird Al Yankovic, basically. These guys, they were formed in 1992 and outside of Pittsburgh. And they, as a ministry, they took secular music and they rewrite the lyrics and they make Bible stories out of them. Some are packed with most of the songs really have some good stuff if you really want to dive deep into the Bible. And then some songs get kind of silly in some of the terminology. But again, the message is there and it's really worth checking out. So I encourage you, give these guys a try. www.apologetics.com. No, Jay and the band are not paying me to do this. I'm doing this on my own volition. Anyway, so we now look at this is day 2. So this is going to be their third and their fourth album. Now, their third album was called actually it's called Ticked. And they basically made this out of they kind of parody the Rolling Stone magazine look here. But what this one is, this one features mostly a lot of 90s songs. So what this tackles here is, let's see, they do Offspring, Nirvana, Hootie and the Blowfish, let's see, Coolio. I was trying to read this. My eyes are getting bad here. They do Dishwalla, Presence of the USA, Pearl Jam, Butthole Surfers, Foo Fighters, Bush, Garbage, Pearl Jam again, another Presence of the USA, Beck, Collective Soul, Blind Melon, Nirvana again, Green Day, Live, Stone Temple Pilots, and Alanis Morissette. So we have 21 tracks. That's a lot of music to get through. Here again, your main lineup here is, of course, Jay Jackson on vocals and parody lyrics. We have Carl Messner on guitar. We got a good buddy of mine that I miss seeing around these parts because he's pastoring a church again back up in Pittsburgh. Bob Flaherty on drums, and then we have gosh, I can't think of his name now. That's terrible. That's terrible. I can picture him, and it is. I am losing my mind here. Keith Haney, thank you, Keith Haney on bass. He's going to be, I won't have to worry about forgetting his name because he's going to be around for a long time. But anyway, so yes, sorry, Keith, I do terrible with names here. But yeah, you got a full CD of music here. But again, this has all kinds of different Bible verses that it infuses into the song, whether it's the verse itself or whether it's just the act, like John 3:16 or Galatians 2:20 or something like that. It'll list the Bible verse, so maybe you can go back and check it out if you're wanting to dig a little deeper. But it tells a lot of story about a lot of the different songs, within the song. Their fourth CD is this one called Jesus Christ Morningstar, a chronological look at the life of Christ. This one has 18 tracks. So this one, they cover the Eagles. They cover Free, Steve Miller Band. Let's see, Shocking Blue. They do The Who, Kiss, Don McLean, The Rembrandts, Survivor, Paul McCartney and Wings, Doobie Brothers, Billy Joel, the Beatles again, Norman Greenbaum. Yes, they actually do a parody of Spirit in the Sky. Go figure that out. Aerosmith, Beach Boys, Led Zeppelin, and Billy Ray Cyrus. So you get all kinds of styles of music here. And again, they're starting to really hone in their craft now. Okay, so now Jesus Christ Morningstar has a little bit of a change of musicians. We have Dave McKee filling in on drums now. Keith Harold would do drums in concert. The keyboards on this CD was by a fellow named Bill Hubauer, who, if anybody follows like some of Neil Morse's bands, he has been playing keyboards and guitars with him, and he was a part of the band there for a while. Bob Flaherty would help get this project off the ground. But again, you can tell this band is starting to get tighter with the lyrics, getting tighter in the arrangements, and they are really making it sound like you are listening to the actual record of the original song. And my hat's off to them, because that's a strong talent to be able to pull that off. Maybe vocally it's a little different here and there, but musically they really start honing it in, and they start getting tighter. And that musicianship was what's really gotten them that noticed. You know, when Weird Al Yankovic even says, "You guys do really fine work," that's saying something. You know, because Weird Al usually would change keys or something like that. He didn't play the same keys as songs, where I believe here mostly a lot of the keys are pretty close. So and again, they're tackling all kinds of styles here. You have country, you have rock, you have classic rock, you got some grunge, you've got metal, you've got a little bit of everything. So it's a good mix. Great mix for all the ADD people who can't stand one style of music, I guess. But here again, and I think it's because of that musicianship, that strive for perfection in their musicianship, that I think is what's kept keeping Jay going as long as he has, as he is the lone outstanding member, along with Keith Haney on bass, for the most part, who stayed the longest. But he has been able to get some solid musicians to record, and they do a fantastic job. They may not play shows much anymore. In fact, I don't even remember the last time they played a show, but for the most part, they have continued to put albums out, and it's just been a blessing to support that ministry. So there again, that is day 2. We take a look at Ticked, and we took a look at Jesus Christ Morningstar. Again, these are just broad stroke looks. I'm basically just wanting to keep these short, digestible, so everybody can just kind of get enough of a glimpse to say, hey, what are these guys all about? www.apologetics.com is the website. Check them out. And now I will say, CDs like this are actually out of print. They mostly have a lot of the songs, a lot of these early CDs available as a compilation series, and some of those are kind of hard to find as well. But I believe you can probably get MP3s maybe. But anyway, it's still worth checking out. There's a plethora of music out there that they've covered. So with that said, John Clauser, the Metal Dad, Johnny Metal, coming to you from my music corner of the world. Go check out some Apologetics, and we'll see you soon.